Oikture this. A single wheel of cheese worth more than most people's monthly salary. 40 kilograms of golden perfection that took 550 liters of milk and 2 years of patient waiting to create. This isn't just any cheese. This is Parmigiano Reggiano, the undisputed king of cheeses, so revered that only 3 million wheels are produced worldwide each year. In the sprawling warehouses of northern Italy, rows upon rows of these golden wheels aged like treasure in a vault, each one stamped with a date that determines whether it's worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Today we're going inside one of the authorized factories in Italy's Emilia-Romagna region to witness the ancient ritual that transforms simple milk into liquid gold. You'll see how monks from the 11th century created a process so perfect that it hasn't changed in 800 years. We'll follow the journey from the first drop of milk at dawn to the final moment when a master tester determines if a wheel is worthy of the sacred Parmigiano Reggiano seal. This is the story of how tradition, science, and obsessive perfectionism create the world's most famous cheese. The secret starts before sunrise in the rolling hills of Emilia-Romagna, where cows graze on grass that's been growing in the same soil for centuries. These aren't ordinary cows fed industrial feed or silage. Every blade of grass, every drop of water they consume must come from this specific region. It's a rule that dates back to medieval monasteries, when Benedictine monks discovered that their local terroir produced milk unlike anywhere else in the world. The monks needed a way to preserve this precious milk without refrigeration, so they began experimenting with coagulation and aging, creating a hard-rind cheese that could survive the test of time. Every morning at dawn, the fresh milk arrives still warm from the milking, carrying the essence of those ancient pastures. But here's where the process gets fascinating. This morning milk isn't used alone. It's mixed with partially skimmed milk from the previous evening. Milk that has been resting for exactly 12 hours in wide, shallow tanks. During this overnight rest, the cream naturally rises to the surface in a process producers call affioramento. This creates the perfect fat content for cheese making, a balance discovered centuries ago and never changed. The mixture, totaling about 1,100 liters per batch, is poured into massive copper cauldrons shaped like inverted bells. Each factory operates between 10 and 20 of these cauldrons simultaneously, and here's where precision becomes critical. Each cauldron must produce exactly 2 wheels of cheese, no more, no less. The copper isn't just traditional aesthetics. Its high thermal conductivity ensures perfectly uniform heating, while the copper ions released on contact with milk intensify the chemical reactions of the process. If the temperature varies by even 2 degrees, or if the timing is off by mere minutes, months of work can be ruined. The milk is slowly heated to 35 degrees Celsius to prepare it, then raised to 55 degrees Celsius in the next phase, a step that eliminates unwanted bacteria while activating natural enzymes. When the milk reaches the perfect temperature, natural rennet from veal calf stomach is added. This ingredient has been used since the time of the monks, and it coagulates the milk in exactly 15 minutes, transforming it into a gelatinous mass called curd. Temperature and timing are everything here. 1 extra minute or even a small temperature deviation can alter the final result. Quality controllers check each batch with instruments that measure acidity, temperature, and coagulation speed. Batches that don't meet the exact parameters are rejected immediately, representing thousands of liters of wasted milk and lost production time. Then comes the spino, a traditional tool that looks like a harp made of thin wires. Master cheesemakers with years of experience behind them handle it with surgical precision, cutting the curd into minuscule granules the size of rice grains. This cut isn't random. Smaller granules mean a drier, firmer cheese, ideal for prolonged aging. The process takes about 10 minutes and requires equal parts strength and delicacy. Watching this ancient dance is mesmerizing. The master's arms move in perfect rhythm, the wire harp slicing through the curd, like a conductor orchestrating a symphony. Each cut releases whey, and the transformation from liquid milk to solid cheese granules happens before your eyes. The curd is heated again, this time to 57 graadkorks, while being stirred with a giant paddle. This heating, which can take up to an hour, expels the whey and compacts the granules into a unified mass. The whey isn't waste, it's collected to make ricotta or feed pigs. But the timing here is absolutely critical. As the temperature rises, workers monitor the curd's consistency every few minutes. Too much heat too fast, and the proteins will seize up, creating a tough, inedible mass. Too little, and the curd won't expel enough moisture, leading to spoilage during aging. The stirring must be constant and rhythmic. Stop for even 30 seconds, and hot spots can form, ruining the entire batch. At this point, each cauldron represents nearly $2,000 worth of milk and labor. 2 workers extract the mass with linen cloth, dividing it into 2 parts weighing about 50 kilograms each, still wet and warm. They suspend them with metal rods to drain their own whey, a moment that's almost magical as the curd transforms from liquid to solid before your eyes. Each half of the curd is placed in circular plastic molds for 3 days, where it begins to solidify under its own weight. These molds have slots that allow residual whey to drain, but here's where everything can go wrong. If the drainage isn't perfect, moisture trapped inside will create the perfect environment for harmful bacteria during the months of aging ahead. The wheels are then transferred to stainless steel molds engraved with Parmigiano Reggiano's characteristic pattern. Tiny dots that form the words, the factory number, and production date. This engraving takes about 24 hours to complete, and it's like a tattoo that tells each wheel's identity. But if the curd isn't firm enough, the engraving won't take properly, and the wheel will be rejected. At this stage, a single mistake can destroy weeks of work and thousands of dollars in materials. The wheels are then placed in brine baths, enormous pools filled with a solution of water and sea salt. A factory uses about 300 tons of salt per year on average. The wheels float there for 18 to 20 days, while workers turn them daily to ensure salt distributes evenly. This process eliminates moisture, preserves the cheese, and gives it that characteristic salty flavor. Each wheel loses between 4 and 5% of its initial weight during brining, going from about 45 kilograms to 40 kilograms. The brine isn't just functional, it's spectacular. Imagine rows of wheels submerged in crystalline water like jewels in a ritual bath, while the salty aroma fills the air. This is where the transformation becomes irreversible. What enters as soft curd emerges as the foundation of what will become the world's most prized cheese. After brining, the wheels arrive at the aging warehouses, vast halls that look like cathedrals of cheese. Here, stacked on wooden shelves that extend to the ceiling, they rest for a minimum of 12 months. Some stay much longer. The most exclusive reach 120 months. That's 10 complete years. During this period, automated machines rotate them every 15 days, a process that ensures the salt takes up to 7 months to reach the center, and moisture is distributed perfectly. But here's the hidden danger. As wheels age, internal cracks can develop that are invisible from the outside. Consortium experts approach every wheel with a special hammer, listening to the sound. A hollow tone indicates internal cracks that would make the cheese worthless. A dry impact means perfection. Only those approved receive the official Parmigiano Reggiano seal. The rest are sold as generic cheese, representing months of aging time and thousands of dollars in lost value. The approved wheels move to automated cutting machines, equipped with precision wires that divide them into wedges, chunks, or grates, while packaging systems vacuum seal them or wrap them in parchment paper. Robotic palletizers organize them into batches, and conveyor belts carry them to refrigerated trucks. The scale is staggering. A medium warehouse stores about 100,000 wheels, a treasure valued in the millions of dollars. Each wheel can end up in a Tokyo market, a Roman trattoria, or your kitchen, carrying 800 years of history in every piece. The price reflects its value, from $300 for a young wheel to over $3,000 for an aged one, a cost that patience and perfection justify. Parmigiano Reggiano production is a bridge between centuries, a fascinating dance where past and present interweave. Expert hands guided by techniques perfected over 800 years continue to shape this cheese with the same dedication as medieval monks, while modern robots streamline the process so the world can enjoy its unmistakable flavor. But beyond taste, this cheese represents something deeper: the human obsession with perfection, the willingness to wait years for something truly exceptional, and the delicate balance between preserving tradition and embracing progress. In a world of instant everything, Parmigiano Reggiano reminds us that some things simply cannot be rushed. What impressed you most? The amount of milk per wheel, the ballet of machines and people, or the art of waiting a decade for perfect flavor? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of artisan cheese making, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about how the world's most extraordinary products are really made.